Andor, Episode 5, The Axe Forgets. Let's get started. How do you do, G-Pod crew? It's your Naughty Buddy Putty here, and we are here for Episode 5 of Andor, called The Axe Forgets. I'm going to be very honest with you, I haven't really felt Andor. She-Hulk has been fun, enjoyable. It might not be definitely is not the greatest Marvel series, but as far as Star Wars series, I'm looking at this as being the low one. And it's funny, because Rogue One was a great movie, but I'm just not feeling this for some reason, and I'm hoping through this episode, The Axe Forgets, that things will pick up. So, Andor is now working for a ragtag group of individuals that are trying to rob a imperial like armory that has like I guess gold or something that would be of value for them to use to get off the planet and things of that nature, or to help their people in general. Basically, the what I'm resuming as the Rebel Alliance. Well, I'm hoping that these ragtag individuals that he's meeting up are enjoyable, because so far the introduction hasn't been the greatest, and it hasn't made me go, ooh, I like these characters yet. So maybe they'll grow on me in this episode, and I don't know how many episodes of Andor there's going to be, so it all depends on how many episodes are going to be, how this is going to feel. Again, these have been like an hour episodes. Some are like 38 minutes, some are 50 minutes. This one's a 46-minute episode, so we'll see how it goes from here. But with that being said, I'm going to go into the full breakdown. Again, sorry for the late review. This may end up happening with Andor, especially with it being not so great in my eyes. But if it picks up, maybe it'll trump She-Hulk. Well, actually, She-Hulk only has one more episode, so it kind of will once She-Hulk leaves. But with that being said, let's get started with my full breakdown. Now, we have the tattoos that this gentleman is speaking of that we see on the screen here. The reason I want to bring this up is because I don't know either one of these symbols, the barcode or the one on his hand. But for one of them, they did say Crate's Head, which could be a Crate's Dragon type of thing. If this is a prison, if these are prison tattoos and Crate's Head's like a prison, I can imagine it being a Crate's Head or looking like a Crate's Head. Now, if you don't know what a Crate's Head is, if you remember in Mandalorian Season 2, they fought that Crate Dragon. That's what a Crate's Head would be. At least that's what I'm assuming based on the name Crate's Head. Because Crate is a Crate Dragon, and I think that's what it's referring to, being in Crate's Head. But I don't know. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comments below. So you may be wondering, what the heck? That was it? One thing? Yeah, one thing. Maybe there was some stuff. There might have been little hidden gadgets here and there that were part of the lore. But honestly, I just can't keep attention to this series. And you know me, I try to give everything the love that it deserves, but Andor is probably the slowest one. And there might be a lot of people that really enjoy this show. It has a very lot of dialect, and it's leading up to something big. But it's boring leading up to that big thing. Honestly, Andor is probably going to be my lowest rated shows on Disney Plus I've ever seen. And that's not saying anything as far as the set design, the acting. Nothing is bad in this, aside from the story itself. It's just a slow pace to get something that hopefully pays off. And it's funny, I hear things about like when they're talking about the planets and the separatists and all the type of characters that you might see throughout the Star Wars lore. And, you know, I'm hearing this dialogue, and I'm sitting here saying, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's boring, but why are you telling me that? And I realize, okay, they're telling it for other people. But then at the same time, when you're talking about stuff like the different charters of people and finding people and things of that nature that you may not be aware of unless you are a Star Wars fan, it becomes broken. Like it's like me telling you that my Paul is a fan of the gun that he plays with on that one thing. Like, you have no idea what the gun is, what that one thing is, and who Paul is. Paul could be a freaking monkey for y'all, you know. Even though I'm directing you towards things that are just basic knowledge, you are not enthralled with that monkey that has a gun that is named Paul, or whatever I named him. My point to the whole thing is, that's why I feel about this series. I feel like it's at a point where it's not piquing interest. Maybe it'll be a grand finale leading to something, but there's just no interest for me. And these characters are not as exciting. The arguments they have between them, I understand that's human nature to be curious about somebody you don't know about, but it really makes for a boring show. That's how I feel about Andor right now. That's why it's so low on my list, unfortunately. But I want to know what you guys think. You guys like Andor? You like what's happening so far? I don't know how many more episodes we have, but if we have a lot more, then it's going to feel like it's going to be slower pace. And if the next episode's the last one, then it better be epic. That's all I've got to say. But as always, I'm Putty with G-Pop Crew, and you know what we do. We talk about our Star Wars things that we love, except Andor, too. I don't know. I hope it gets good. I have high hopes. But not, so far, they're not that high. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.